What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Dr. James here, and today we're gonna have something a little bit different. We'll be reacting to the surgery scene in the classic movie Mr. Bean, starring none other than good old Mr. Bean. All right, let's get into it.
Dr. Jacobson?
Yes?
We need you urgently in OR3.
No, can do. I'm doing
All right.
4 at 1.
Sir, it's urgent. We have a ruptured kidney and massive bleeding.
Trauma case right there. And the stethoscope has dropped. That's actually kind of common to see, like a lot of stethoscopes being lost, especially during residencies and stuff like that. Thankfully, that has not happened to me because I have a really fancy stethoscope I got myself for Christmas, and it has like this noise amplification and background sound removal, fancy schmancy thing. So, but yes, it's very common to see stethoscopes being dropped.
Yeah, get it.
And Mr. Bean's picking it up. See, this is a good man. This is a good citizen. He's giving it back to where it belongs. Oh, okay. And there's the OR.
What's happening? Surgeon's on his way up.
At last, Dr. Bean.
Hello, doctor.
Okay, hold on. So there's this room in every hospital before the actual operating rooms where you have to badge in. You can only be a hospital employee, and you already have to be in your scrubs from the hospital, the surgical cap and everything before even entering the actual OR. And this would be a no-go. No serious hospital will let anyone just randomly walk into the OR, not even the room that's before the OR. So this is very interesting that Mr. Bean was granted access to these privileged areas of the hospital.
Type B negative, brought in by paramedics 10 minutes ago. He's got a penetrating...
And that's definitely not sterile at all. There's a whole protocol of putting in the surgical gown. You have to scrub in first, right? Making sure your hands are drying. You have to raise your hands like this, make sure that if whatever's wet, it drips down and doesn't drip up. The way you put in your gloves as well, you can't touch anything. The gowns also, the way you put them in, there's a whole ritual to it that it's just to avoid any contamination. And this, my friends, is a disgrace to the whole sterile protocol of scrubbing in. That is not how it goes. Oh, and by the way, when you get to the operating room, you actually have to have the exact same scrubs of the hospital as well, because I remember as a med student, back in my day, I went to shadow a surgery and it had the exact same color scrubs that was the uniform of the surgeons, but it wasn't the exact same style, wasn't the exact same scrubs that were provided by the hospital, and they called me out and I had to go back and change into the hospital provided scrubs. Trust me, you will get called out by the head nurse, who was kind of like the Karen of the surgical team. Obviously it's hospital protocol, but that is a no-go, by the way. Just walking in unannounced and in suit and tie, or even in scrubs that aren't even coded for the actual hospital. So that is very, very strange.
Doctor, it looks like a bullet in the lower thorax. Seems to have ruptured the lung and there's severe inner bleeding.
Bleeding, yep.
Doctor, he's coming too.
All right, give him a T70.
Got it?
Yes, this is iconic.
Sir, we've taken it from the breastbone to the diaphragm. We may have to extend further to get to the spleen. Sorry, sir, it's only my first week.
Some surgeons can be like that, you know what I'm saying? A little neurotic. Okay.
Help! We are losing this guy out here!
And here we go again. Everybody's just touching the doors with no regards to sterile protocol. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rewatch this and I'm gonna go back to here and I'm just gonna keep count of all the times that sterile protocol has been breached, because I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot. But all kidding aside, in this scene, yes, it is common for scheduled surgeries, that's not like life or death or anything like that, to be delayed to make room for emergency surgery to be done beforehand. But obviously, no one is going to abandon a poor patient mid-surgery like this. This is ridiculous.
Watch he doesn't go into hemodynamic shock. We'll be right back.
Okay, leaving one person. Hemodynamic shock, aka no adequate blood flow to give life to the organs inside of us. That's what that means. You have to at least have an anesthesiologist there as well, right? And by the way, he's putting the hands like this. No, that's another breach of protocol. You can't touch anything below the waist. Can't touch anything else, obviously. That's why you see surgeons, when they're not doing anything, they have their hands like this, or like this, or like this, or like this, or just like out like this, because you literally can't touch anything that is not sterile. That's like rule number one. And he's watching them code a patient, shocking them. What is, you can't do. M&M's? Come on, bro. Yeah, just littering in the OR, yeah. That's, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for this patient. And he's twitching. And that's the bullet. Yep. Wow, he's putting it back. He's putting it back. These faces though, like what? Oh no, he's going for the M&M. He's going for the M&M. Ah, that is sick. What is that? A little bit of saline, no problem. That'll do the trick. Maybe alcohol? I don't know. Massive breach of protocol right there. That is. Why? Why? No, no. Come on, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, okay, and here comes the team. All of them obviously touching the doorknobs, touching their faces. Yet again, massive breach of sterilization protocol. And also, like, everything was silent when the team was away. And then all of a sudden, when they come back in through the door, the patient's crashing, right? I mean, how realistic is that? What are the odds, right? Touching the wall.
Got a major trauma.
Too much blood, I can't see a thing.
EMS is working on.
Got a random x-ray. By the way, those x-rays like that on paper, like, we don't use that anymore. That's old. This is like a 90s movie, I think.
We're gonna lose it. What's engaged? Crashing on us.
I'm not getting a reading. Where is this bullet? Hang in there, fella. Come on.
That is an ugly tracing of the EKG.
Lose this guy. He's slipping.
Sorry, we're losing him. I've got to get in there now.
The beam technique. I love it. I love it.
Well, doctor, you can't just. It's too dangerous.
You actually do sometimes go for like just grabbing stuff with your hand. I mean, that's not like really uncommon. Yeah. And obviously he knows where it is because he put it there. Hey, patient saved.
Heart rate stabilizing. Blood pressure's climbing back.
Oh, and all of a sudden, magically, because he did that, his heart rate went back up, because that totally makes sense. And they're all touching his shoulder and stuff like that, and massive breach of protocol. Oh man, I don't know what to say. This has been cringy from a medical surgical standpoint. Lots of things really wrong. I'm not gonna lie, but this has been really funny to watch. I love it. I guess we can all appreciate Mr. Bean's magic technique of fishing for the bullet with his hands, so we can give him credit for that. Hey yo, and that's a wrap for this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up to support more content like this. And if you want to be updated about all things medical, please hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you can be updated about all future videos. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, until next time.